Hi, everybody. So today I want to talk about the 1932 action-adventure thriller, The Most Dangerous Game, which is directed by Irving Pichel and Ernest Schoedsack. Schoedsack also produced the film along with Marion C. Cooper. They would have a working relationship for a while, most notably directing the film King Kong, which has a number of ties in with this movie. So The Most Dangerous Game is based on the short story by Richard Connell, which is now one of the most famous and most iconic pieces of literature in the U.S., along with being one of the most adapted pieces of literature. So this is the first adaptation of it, as it was released a handful of years after the original story was published. So it stars Joel McCrea as a big game huntsman who's the sole survivor of a shipwreck. He ends up being stranded on this remote island where he runs into the eccentric, reclusive count in his large castle, where he has two other guests, Fay Wray and Robert Armstrong. They find out that the count is also a huntsman, though he's found a new big game to hunt. And those that are familiar with this story, I don't need to give away any twists or spoilers, but I won't in case you aren't familiar with it. Of course, this would be the story and the influence on numerous films and television shows, from John Woo movie, The Simpsons would spoof it, would play influence on Battle Royale and subsequently The Hunger Games, and numerous other pieces of cinema. Of course, Fay Wray would go on to star in King Kong and numerous other films, though she'd be most associated with that, being labeled the original Scream Queen. Robert Armstrong also would star in King Kong, and this movie actually was filmed at the same time at night while King Kong was being filmed as well. At least the jungle sequences were. It's also noted that this is the debut of Leslie Banks, his first film, though I think he has one credit, though it's not confirmed before this. Leslie Banks, of course, would go on to star in The Man Who Knew Too Much and Jamaica Inn by Hitchcock, Henry V, Madeline. And Joel McCrea, of course, is a Western star, at least most famous for those movies. Though he also would star in Sullivan's Travel, Foreign Correspondent, Bird of Paradise, and have a long career and hundreds of credits. Anyway, so I think you should check this movie out. If you're familiar with the story or some of its other adaptations, it's interesting to kind of see the original one. It's pretty true to the original works. Just a few minor changes. Anyway, it's available on Kanopy, and I hope you enjoy.